Dear student, today we are going to discuss about the chemical reactions and equations. In this chapter, today we are going to discuss about the topics chemical reactions, chemical equations, balanced chemical equations, and how to balance a chemical equations. First of all, chemical reactions. Dear student, already in the class 9 you have got about the physical sense and chemical sense. Or what do you know what are the difference between physical sense and chemical sense? Physical sense is the that sense in which the initial properties does not lose its identity and no new substance is formed after the changes. For example, vaporization of water, liquid changes into the water vapors, water liquid changes into the ice. These are the physical sense already you have got, no? Next, chemical senses. In the chemical sense, there will be the new substance formed and the initial substance lose its identity. So, everywhere we have seen some changes like the formation of curd from the milk, rusting of iron, cutting of trees, the formation of preparation of omelette from the egg. These are the chemical changes. That means we can say that chemical change is the chemical reactions. Or in the chemical reactions, the initial substance whatever we have taken for a reaction, that is called reactants. Or those new substance formed that are called product. Always we have expressed the reactants R and product P. But to perform or to when the chemical reaction is takes place, when the chemical changes takes place, we can see some characteristics. Some chemical reactions, like example 1, when lead nitrate is added to potassium iodide solution, both are preparing in water solution, that is why we are written here aqueous. Then it forms lead iodide solid or precipitate and potassium nitrate aqueous solutions. That means after the reaction of lead nitrate and potassium iodide, it forms lead iodide yellow precipitate or insoluble substance in the potassium nitrate solution. So in this reaction we see that the color change, that means colorless to yellow color product. So in some reaction there must be evolution of gas also. If we take the reactions like example 2, if we take the reactions zinc and sulfuric acid, then zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas will be formed. Here we have taken first zinc granule solid, sulfuric acid liquid and it form the solid zinc sulfate and one hydrogen gas also. Before the reaction, these are solid and liquid, but after reaction, it will form the gas. That means in some reaction, there must be some evolution of gas also. In another reaction, there must be the change in temperature also. Examples, if we take the examples 3, the barium hydroxide and ammonium chloride, after reaction it form barium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. We see that in this reaction, if the reaction mixture is taken in a beaker and if we touch the beaker or the test tube, then we feel the cool. That means decrease in temperature. That means in some reaction there must be change in temperature also. In some reaction the decrease in temperature, and in some reaction increase in temperature. Say in this reaction the temperature is decreased or cool. That is why this is called endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions. Or in another reaction there must be the increase in temperature also. When we bought the quicklime from the market and it is prepared for the lime water, जैसे कि quicklime, calcium oxide and water. When we add it to water, then it form calcium hydroxide. In this reaction, if we touch the beaker or reaction mixer, then containing the test tube, then we feel the heat. That means temperature is increased. The reaction in which the heat is evolved or temperature is increased, such type of reaction is called the exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions. So in the chemical reaction there may be 4 characteristics. That means we can get the 4 characteristics. One is that there may be change in the states of matter also, and change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas. So these 4 characteristics we can get. Next, the topic is then what is called the chemical equations. If the chemical reaction is written with their formula and symbol of the reactants and product, then this is called the chemical equation. So chemical equation means what? When chemical reaction is written with their formula and symbol of their reactants and product, then it is called the chemical equations. Chemical equations, if written in the word, then it is called the word equations. And word equation, if in the word equation, if there is not the number of atoms are equal in both sides, then these are called the skeletal equation. Suppose barium chloride and means plus silver nitrate this will form the barium nitrate plus silver chloride. This is called the word equation. This is called word equations. If this word equation is written with their formula or symbol, then it is called the skeletal chemical equation. So barium chloride, we have to write the formula of barium chloride and silver nitrate AgNO3, and then it form the barium nitrate BaNO3 whole 2 and silver chloride AgCl. Okay. This is called the skeletal chemical equations or imbalanced chemical equation. That means these equations are not balanced. How can you know this equation is balanced or not? We have to observe the number of atoms in the both sides of the equations. That means left hand side and right hand side number of atoms are equal or not. Then if the number of atoms are equal in the both sides of the equation, then this is called the balanced chemical equations. If the equation is not balanced, suppose taken another example, sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid. Then what will be the product form here? So sodium sulfate plus sodium sulfate plus water. This is the word equation, or we can write the skeletal chemical equation or imbalanced chemical equation. Sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, then it form the sodium sulfate plus water. Then these two equations we can be balanced. So what is the principle of balancing chemical equation? Since we have seen that there is not the number of atoms equal in the both sides, so we have to equalize the number of atoms. So what is the balanced chemical equations? The principle of balancing chemical equation is called the law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. Means mass neither be created nor be destroyed. That means total mass of the reactants and total mass of the product will be equal. Next, then the number of atoms of the both sides of the reactants and products will be equal. Then how to balance the chemical equations? How to balance the chemical equations? We can take the examples of this. Already we have written this one, sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, and it from the sodium sulfate plus water. When we are going to balance the chemical equation, we have to maintain the step. First of all, we have to make a block in the formula or units of the molecules or compounds of the reactants and products, because we can never break the formula when we are going to balance the chemical equation. Next we have to count the number of atoms in the both sides of the equation. So first of all, the elements whatever we have used in these reactions, sodium, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen, or how many number of atoms in the left hand side and right hand side. So in the left hand side, how many sodium atoms are here? We have to take this one left and this one right. So sodium, one sodium atom, here two sodium atom. And how many sulfur atoms are here? Here one sulfur atom, and here also one sulfur atom. Next, how many hydrogen atoms are left hand side? Two hydrogen atom, one hydrogen atom. That means three hydrogen atom are here in the left hand side. And how many hydrogen atom in the right hand side? Only two hydrogen atom. Or how many oxygen atom are here? 4 plus 1, total 5 oxygen atom, and here how many oxygen atoms are there? 4 plus 1, total 5 oxygen atoms are here. So next we have to equalize the number of atoms in the both side. First of all, if we see the sodium atom, in the left hand side 1, but in the right hand side 2. So in the left hand side we make 2. For this we have to multiply it by 2, the sodium hydroxide formula. Then we can get the sodium also, number of sodium also 2. Then when we multiply the sodium hydroxide formula by 2, then it will increase the 1 oxygen atom and 1 hydrogen atom in the left hand side. So earlier it was 3 hydrogen atom, 1 increase, so it will going to 4, and it was earlier 5 oxygen atom and 1 increase, it will going to be 6. Next, in the right hand side we see that there is the 2 hydrogen atom and 5 oxygen atom. So to equalize like the left hand side, we can multiply by 2 the water formula of the water. Then the 1 hydrogen and 1 oxygen atom will be 2 hydrogen atom, because 2 2s are 4, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atoms which is increased. So we see that in that case both the number of hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms will also be equal in the both sides of this equation. So we can see that the number of atoms in the reactants and products are equal. So this maintains the law of conservation of mass also, since the number of atoms is equal. So mass of the atom will also be equal. So this is called a balanced chemical equation. So you can also balance the chemical equation. For today only we have discussed till this, and after this we can discuss the type of we will going to discuss the type of chemical equations. But for today you have to do some work. First of all, number 1, write the definition of chemical equations. Second, what is the principle of balancing chemical equation? Principle of balancing chemical equations. Number 3, balance the following. Balance the following. Number 1, zinc plus HCl, zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. B, aluminium plus Fe2O3, ethyl from L2O3 plus Fe. So do this one. Thank you all.